everyone. In this video I'm going to show how Python works with some simple examples. So in this short video we are going to learn how to assign values to the variables we create, and we will talk about arithmetic operations and we will talk about comparison operators. So let's do the first example here. It says create a variable named age and assign your age to it and then print the variable. And now we are going to define two variables. One of them is name and the other one is city. And you're going to assign your name and your favorite city to these variables respectively and print them in one sentences. Okay. So I'm going to first call my variable is age, and it's going to get the value of your age. Let's say you are 23 years old, so I assign the value 23. So in order for the program to save this age, the value 23, we need to click on the run here. Okay. Now we have the variable, we can print it. Whenever you want to print, you're just going to call the print function. It's system defined, it's there, you just type print, but make sure Python is case sensitive, so all lowercase you type print, and inside the parentheses you type the name of the variable, which is age. And when you do that, you will see the print function prints the value of the age. Now the next we're going to create name. Let's say your name is Jonathan. Jonathan is a string variable, so string variables has to be always in quotation, so the computer knows that you are assigning a text value. Okay. And you need to close the quotation. Now you created a variable name and assigned Jonathan to it. And for the city, let's say your favorite city is Dallas. Again, it's a text variable. I need to write it in quotation. And you can print them, right? You can print name. And as you expect, it's going to be, when you run this, it's going to be Jonathan, because the name now has the value of Jonathan. But the question is asking, okay, I want to print all of them in one line. So I'm going to use an fprint function. It's very handy and it prints very nice in a sentences what you want to print. For that reason, I want to show you how to do it too. For fprint, you start with F, letter F, and then use the quotation mark. And here we're going to say my name is, instead of your name, you're going to type Jonathan. In the curly brackets, you're going to type the variable that you assign your name, which is name. So anytime you change the name, the print function is going to replace the new name in this sentences. Okay, so that's why we are using fprint. And my favorite city is, again, I'm not going to type because I want this to be a variable change as I change the city. And the city I assigned Dallas is called the city variable, so I'm going to type it in the curly brackets and then dot, finish the sentences, and you need to again use the quotation mark to finish the F part, right? From an fprint starts with quotation mark, you need to end. And in order to complete the function, you close with the bracket. Now, when I run this, you'll see my name is Jonathan. What computer does, instead of name, it replaces the value you assigned, Jonathan. And for city, it's going to replace the Dallas. I can change this, okay? If I change, for instance, Dallas to Fort Worth, I don't need to do anything here because it's reading the value of the city from here, okay? The city variable. Now, as you see now, when I run it, automatically the city has been changed to Fort Worth. So that is why variables are important. You're assigning value, but you can change the value and the variable has a new value when you change it. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. This is arithmetic operations, and we are going to learn how to do the arithmetic operations. And they're not too complicated. You can use Python as a calculator. So I'm going to create two variables again. A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 3. And to create, I'm running this cell. Now what I'm going to print is, I don't need to use every time fprint. I just want to tell computer that A plus B equals is my text variable. Just print as it is. What is between the quotation mark, print as it is. But for the result, I want variables to be sum, which is A plus B, okay? When I print this, you'll find out, you see, this part, the one in the quotation mark, prints exactly as it is, But for the variables, Python does the calculation, replaces instead of A5 and replaces instead of B3 and sum them up and show me the result. You can do that for A minus B, print A minus B. So anytime you want to type a text and print it, you're going to need to write it in the quotation mark and comma, because you can print more than one variables, A minus B. And as you expect, this is going to be 2. I forget the equal sign. Let's type it equal here. And then we will have a nice result. Okay? Okay, so the next thing is there are several division, right, operators in Python. And one of them is quotient division, and it finds the remainder of the division. So how we are going to do that? I'm going to call remainder. If you watch my videos, you'll find out what kind of divisions we have. Remainder, and I want to get the remainder of this calculation, 15. And for remainder, we need to use the percentage sign divided by 4. And then I'm going to print the remainder. And now let's run this function and you will see the remainder, because if you divide 15 by 4, the remainder is 3. Okay? So the next thing is comparison operators. And comparison operators are very useful. We need to know them. And they are greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, equals, not equals, and so on. So we're going to create two variables. One of them is x, and that equals to 10. And then we create another one, y, which is equal to 20. So in order to create, I run this. Now what I want to check is, I'm asking computer this for the comparison operators. Is x greater than y? And since it's a false statement, the result is false. Okay, how about this? If I multiply x by 2, is it equal to? For equal to, we don't use one single equal sign. Equal, y. So I'm asking computer, is x times 2 equal y? And the result is true. As you see, because it's a true statement, 10 times 2 is 20 and y is 20, so they are equal. Okay, so this is one comparison operator. Another one is logical operator, which we need to understand and or here. They are very important because we're going to use them in conditional statements and we will learn more about them. But for now, I want you to know that I need to create first two Boolean variables. So what is a Boolean variable? Boolean variables get only two values, either true or false. Okay, so I'm going to create is raining. Okay, is raining is one of the variable. And I'm assigning true. So I check the weather and I realize that it's raining today. So I said today is raining. So I'm going to create a Boolean variable is raining is true. And then I will create a cold is cold. And again I assign true because I checked the weather and I realize that it's cold. Now I'm going to write this statement. If is raining and is my logical operator, is cold, both are true, I want to print this. It's a cold, rainy day. Okay, let's run it and see what happens. Yes, so both statements are true. When both statements are true, and operator turns this entire thing is true. And if function executes goes to the second line if these entire statement is true. So and statement is going to get false if one of them is true or both of them are false. So if they are both statements are true, it's true. Otherwise, it's going to be false. So let's change this. Let's say, okay, today is rainy, but it's not cold. So I change it to false. Let's run it. Nothing is going to be executed. Why? Because here the entire statement is raining and is cold. One of them is true, one of them is false. Because of and turns out to be false. When the entire statement is false, if is not going to be executed, so we are not going to print it's a cold rainy day. But if both are true, you will see, run, it's a cold rainy day. So Or operator is different, right? In or operator, you just need one true to be the entire statement true. And when the entire statement is true, remember the if function turns out to execute to the next line. So let's say here, let's create two Boolean variables, has car, and here let's say has car. This is my first Boolean variable, and that's false because you don't have a car. Let's change to code. And the next one is has bike, is true. So you have a bike, but you don't have a car. So what I want to do is if has car, or I'm using the logical operator, has bike. Then if you have either of this mode, okay, that means this, okay, this is false, this is true, false or true turns out to be true, so the entire statement is true. The next line is going to be executed, and I want to print, what I'm going to print is you have a mode of transportation. So I hope you guys get the idea here, okay? So because one of them is true, or statement, the entire statement here has car or has bike turns out to be true, since if only executes the next line if the entire statement is true, since it's true, it prints you have a mode of transportation. What if both of them are false? Then you see nothing is going to be printed. What if has car is true? It's still going to print, right? Because or gives the result if either of the statements are true. Okay, the last one is the not operator. We're going to create a variable, temperature, and assign a value, and use not to write a condition that checks temperature is not within a comfortable range. So I'm going to create, first of all, a temperature variable and assign a value. Let's say it's 35. Okay. And the comfortable range is between 18 to 26. Okay, so these are centigrades. And if the temperature, if I'm using not, when I use not, in the parentheses I'm writing my condition. If the temperature is not between 18 and 25, if not, then we are going to print temperature is not comfortable. Okay, so not operator, so since this is here, since temperature is 35, and we know that 35 is not between 18 and 26, so this is a false statement. And not is gonna make it a true statement, because what not operator does is reverses the result of the statement. And in this case, since temperature is not between 18 and 26 that I assign, it's a false statement, not is gonna reverse it to true, and we know that the true statements after the if is going to execute the second line. So the result is going to be temperature is not comfortable. So what if I write here 19, for instance? So since temperature 19 is between this range, it's a true statement. Not true is false. Since this entire statement is false, the second line is not going to be executed, as you see here. I hope this video is going to be helpful for your quiz this week, and let me know if you have any questions.